Hey guys, welcome back to my craft room and day number 5 of our DIY Christmas, our crafty Christmas. So for today's video, or today's project, we are doing some DIY photo holders, and these are going to be, I'm going to give you an example of an altered one, and then one that is like fully brand new. If that it'll make more sense once we get to that one. But for this one, all I did was take a photo holder that I had gotten on clearance, and I think the reason it was on clearance is because the little screw wasn't screwed on tight, and I cannot get it to screw on tightly. So all I did was just put some hot glue in there. I should have done E6000, would have worked better, and I would have fussed with it a whole lot less, but you know, you live, you learn. So all I did was take the photo holder and paint it with some black craft paint, and I did 2 coats just to make sure, because of that layer underneath. Whatever they used is really good. So the reason I'm changing the style is I don't have anybody that would really like that, but the actual base is such a great base. So I decided I would just, you know, redecorate it and make it so that it fits whoever I'm going to give it to. It's very hard to be very discreet about things because these are presents I'm going to be giving away for Christmas, so I've got to kind of watch what I say just in case they watch the videos. I kind of doubt it, but just in case. Although they can probably figure it out just by, you know, what I create. But anyway, so I had to use my heat tool to kind of dry the paint because I did not want to wait at all. I was like, this is going to be a, you know, sit down one day and just work on it. I'm not gonna, you know, work on it multiple days because this thing is pretty heavy and bulky. So I really didn't want it to take up much of my room for too much time. So I went ahead and used my heat tool to, you know, dry it and make sure that we were all set. So this is where I come into some complications. I'm using vinyl from the Paper Studio, which is Hobby Lobby. Not very good stuff. I haven't worked with this stuff yet. I've only worked with the stuff I've gotten from Amazon, and this stuff is very thin. It would not go through my punches, so I had to use my die, which it was actually okay because these butterflies turn out very cute. So I don't mind too much, but I think I might have ruined my punch. I don't know. I'm not sure. So, you know, I would probably splurge for the extra heavy stuff, although I don't think you can get gold in that. I think it's Orca? Orca? I don't remember. It's the vinyl from Amazon. And I think I have it on my wish list if you're interested in seeing what I use. So here I am fussing with the little holder thing, the clip. So I end up just hot gluing it, and then to cover up the hot glue I use a sparkly heart, and on top of the butterflies I use a love, and then this heart. I was gifted it, I think it was, oh, I don't know, I don't remember. But I do remember getting it in some Happy Mail, so thank you. It came in handy. And I decided that I was going to, because I had not sprayed it down with my top coat yet, I decided I was going to scratch off those little hearts that you could see kind of popping up. And because the hearts are gold underneath, I'm gonna kind of scratch the heart a little bit inside so that I get that gold. and it looks so cool. It's kind of like one of those little black chalk kind of things that you used to have as a kid, and you would scratch and then it would be like rainbow colors underneath. That's kind of what I felt like while I was doing it. And all I used was just the little brad setting tool, and it worked nicely. So, of course, you are going to want to do a top coat of something, Mod Podge. I don't remember what my stuff is called. It's like the acrylic. I don't remember. But it's in the spray can. I've talked about it before, but Mod Podge will work very nicely, probably. So there's a few options to setting it, because, you know, anything can happen. It could get scratched, it could get something on it, and you're going to want to, you know, maybe wipe it down. And the best way to do that is having that coat on there to just make sure it's wipeable. So this next photo holder is actually going to be like completely it's completely remade, DIY'd. And all you have to do is take a plaque from, I got mine from Walmart. It's just a wooden plaque. I think you can find them at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, pretty much any craft store. And mine was, I think, 98 cents. So they're very inexpensive. And all I'm doing is wrapping some twine around some paper hearts, because I kind of needed that template and also just the base of the paper to really make my baker's twine, or it's not baker's twine, it's just, well, I guess technically it is baker's twine. It's the original kind of baker's twine. It's not the cool crafty kind that we've been using. It's the rustic, you know, really tough stuff, which hurts your hands after a while. But I just wrap that around that so it's a little easier to glue on, so I'm not fussing with trying to, you know, wrap it on itself. I have that base to really give myself a nice, you know, continuous line without burning myself or anything like that. And also it's going to be a lot easier to put that on, especially if it overhangs. It's going to be very sturdy, and it's not going to start wibbling and wobbling. So on the plaque, I did a light blue, just kind of real fast, and then I put, once it dried, I put some stickers over it, and these are very popped up foam stickers. I think it'll be a little harder if you used like vinyl stickers or anything like that, because it's going to probably be a little harder to pull off, but you'll also probably get a tighter seal so nothing will go underneath. But I feel like this was a good way to do it. And then I just covered it all with a kind of gray color. I'm trying to remember what the actual color was, but I don't think I can. I think it's just like a gray. And then, because of the foam stickers not being very tight, I had to go in with my light blue again and just outline and make sure all the gray was covered up. But it wasn't too bad, and I already had the lines, so it wasn't too tedious or anything like that. It was actually really nice and kind of satisfying to see that gray, you know, get moved away. So then, to kind of give it a hanger, because sometimes you don't want to have a photo frame on, you know, an actual base. You want it to hang, which is very good because I do these clothespins, and it would be very weird to have it on a little pedestal and have the photos, you know, hanging off. So I just use a brown ribbon and just hot glued in place, and then put the rustic hearts on top. And then I use the clothespins, which are mini clothespins. I probably could have gotten away with using 2 or 3, but these worked out very nicely. So there are 2 different options of photo holders. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a crazy day. Good crazy, not bad crazy. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!